Paul Patmore, PNP candidate for South Trelawny. He's confident that he can take the seat from the JLP's Marisa Dalrymple-Philibert, who's been at the helm of that constituency for almost 20 years. Hi, Mr. Patmore. A pleasure to have you on the Trailblazers. Welcome. So I'm actually from South Trelawny. That's where my parents are from. Admittedly, my mom migrated from I was a child, and I've lived since I was a teenager. But recently I was there for one of my uncle's funeral, and your funeral home did that funeral. So and you were there, and I didn't get to actually have a word with you because of obviously it's a funeral and you're so busy. But
Yes.
I'm very much interested in having this conversation. Obviously, from the era as a child, even though, as I said, I've left from I was a teen, but just knowing so many things about the area and going back and seeing what has not changed or what needs to change, or
Yes.
what has changed as well. So welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. I greet you well from South Trelawny. And as you mentioned that you live here from an early age, I must tell you, nothing have changed in South Trelawny for the past 30 years. Otherwise, from going backward.
Wow.
Nothing have changed. It's one of the only constituency in Jamaica that 30 years ago we used to have standpipes and persons having water in their homes. And 30 years later, we have none. It's the only constituency. You might visit constituencies in Kingston, Clarendon, Manchester, and then they will tell you that 30 years ago, they used to have to go to the spring and go to the river. South Trelawny is the only one that do the reverse, where we used to go to have standpipe 30 years ago. Now we have to go to the spring and the river for water. It's really a sad 30 years in South Trelawny.
So let's delve into the conversation. And by the way, we are very much open to having your opponent on this platform as well, Marisa Dalrymple-Philibert. But let's talk about Paul, because you have quite a very interesting story. In preparing for this interview, I must say, I like to do my research, and I was getting a bit of background information about you. And
Yeah.
I'll let you speak, of course, but just finding out that, you used to be actually with the Jamaica Labour Party, and then you became an independent councillor. And then last year, you've been with the PNP, but you've always been a man that has done quite a lot for South Trelawny. So you can go ahead and share with
Yes, and that's something that nobody, no matter how you want to rub, you can't rub out that. Paul Patmore have stayed with the people. I was born in South Trelawny, a little community called Olive River. Most persons know it as Hill 60 in the Larimas area. Yes, so I'm a 70s baby. So I was born at home. I'm one of those child that was born at home, where we say grandmother cut with navel string. My navel string is buried in a little banana walk behind the house up by Olive River there. Yes, my mother is a dressmaker from the Olive River community. My father is a businessman, Mr. Carl Patmore, businessman from Christiana. I'm one of those child where you'd say outside picnic, So yes, so my father is a businessman in Christiana, but I was raised by my mom and her family in South Trelawny. I'm one of those child who push. I'm a fighter. I'm one of those persons where you say, if you throw me in a pig pen, I will find food to eat. I'm a survivor. And I find that out about myself from a very early age. A lot of persons, even since coming to politics, more often I will speak on my achievements and the blessing and how God have blessed me. But a lot of persons are intimidated by my testimony when I will speak of where I started. Just recently I mentioned my first business that I ever did was to have a club. And I hear people backlashing it and say, Lord God, when he was 18, he used to own a club. How gross, because people they want to paint the picture that Paul Patmore is this man who born with gold spoon in his mouth. Nobody wanted me to talk about me growing up wearing barefoot to Lower School, have to leave Lower School at 12 to go to Hill 60 for lunch and run back to school before 1. Nobody wanted to talk about that because they want to paint this picture like Paul get his hands down.
Mhm.
So his father give him what you see have now. Nobody wanted to talk about where you're coming from, the sleepless night. You starting your funeral home business, the amount of time your hearse have to break down on the road before you reach a one funeral. Nobody wanted to talk about that. But I will never stop talking about my past because I will continue to say, thank you, Jesus. Thank you, God, for the blessing. And if you're going to talk about the blessing, you have to talk about where he have taken you from. And that is the reason why I always talk about, and some are even persons on my side will say, Paul, I don't want you to talk about certain things. You don't have to tell nobody about when you used to run that type of club there. You don't have to talk about when you used to keep dance. I'm one of the persons keeping dance was one of my first business also. I see myself as a dance promoter.
Yes.
But a lot of persons don't want you to talk about it because even some of them, they believe that to be a member of parliament, you should come from a rich background. Your father should be the minister.
Mhm.
You should be a child who maybe go to school and you end up in university and you end up in that. I want to, Paul Patmore go to never get the opportunity. Yes, I got the opportunity to go to university if I wanted. My father would pay it. But after leaving Homewood, I decided to work with him in the hardware. So I was at the hardware working with my father for a few years, being the delivery man, driving the hardware van, delivering board. So I say these things to let people know that don't let nobody talk down on you at no time. Because when I was going to school, I wasn't at Lorever, I was one of those average child. I would say doing very well, come like between first, second, third in class. But by the time I reached Homewood and the high school really shock you, you change community, you change environment. When I was in school, I wasn't doing too well. I can't tell you I'm one of those child who never really mature until maybe I was in my 20s. I really, it really took me a little while to mature.
Mhm.
As just one of those little boys. Even at 20, my father would have to call me in a lot of time and scold me.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
on many occasions. So I'm one of those persons who I can say I am blessed.
Yes.
I'm blessed. Yeah, man.
And you had to
And I have my own story and I prefer to tell my story.
yeah.
That's why I say anybody want to know about Paul Patmore, ask me, don't ask anybody. I'm not afraid to tell my story.
I really actually do appreciate and I love the fact that you are very passionate and you are very willing to be authentic and to share your story because at the end of the day, that is the reality for so many Jamaicans.
Yes, yes,
Not many of us grow up with gold, spoon in our mouth. Many of us have to work hard to hustle, um, come from rural Jamaica, or wherever. Some come from rural, some come from ghetto, wherever you name it. So people will relate to that. So that's a good
yeah,
thing that you're sharing that because at the end of the day, people can identify with that story and they can understand that, listen, they maybe are going through their own journey right now and they're looking to you as an inspiration that, boy, him go through that, him have to do all of that, me can do.
yes,
So I like that you opened up about that.
yes,
So let's head into some politics.
yeah,
You are now the PNP candidate for South Trelawny.
yes,
At the end of the day, many know you as a businessman, as you mentioned.
yeah,
You have your Patmore's funeral home. And you also have a water business that I got to understand has been helping a lot of residents in South.
Yeah, it's not a water business, it's a water project. We in Lower River, we are blessed as a community to have a spring above the community.
Mhm.
So there was always this spring there that persons have been asking the member of parliament and councillors for many years just to set up that water that it can reach to the people in the community. We have persons saying that it will cost some 40 million, some say 20 million. In 2011, Paul Patmore used $160,000 of his own cash, with the help of persons from the community doing the labor. We used 160,000 Jamaican dollars in 2011 to purchase pipes, and we used the domestic pipes, inch and a half pipes, and take the water. It was around 3,000 feet of water pipes that we bought and take the water to the community. That same project is from 2011, is one of the leading project right now, water project in South Trelawny. No other politician have anything to show, otherwise from Belinfanti in the 70s, that do the Greentown water supply, have nothing at all to show that can compare to that water project. Presently we have over 30 trucks that come to that standpipe and catch water and take it to different parishes, different communities, and sell on a daily basis. We see persons who used to do farming, stop doing farming, and their job now is to carry water and sell to people. Some 30 trucks where we provide employment for some 30 persons right now. And each of those persons they're talking about maybe have a household of maybe 4 or 5. So we touch the life of so many. That water, we connected right now to around 50 houses in the area, free of cost. They don't have to pay no money. At one time, I asked persons in the community that is connected to the pipe to pay 200 Jamaican dollars, that we can have it to maintain. And it was a challenge to just collect 200 Jamaican dollars. They're on the pipe system. We say, just drop it in, just drop at 200 Jamaican dollars on a monthly basis. So when if we have a burst pipe, we can get somebody to just come in. And I can tell you it was a challenge. So I just stop it.
Yes,
So now it's maintained by Paul Patmore, and some of the guys that carry the water, they would from time to time help to contribute to fix a pipe. Yeah, but the project is up and it's one, there's nothing at all. And that project gave me the election as an independent candidate in 2012 when I won. I won by 65% of the votes, and in the 2012 election, where 30% of the people voted for the JLP, 5% voted for the PNP, and 65% voted for Paul Patmore as an independent candidate in the Larimer's division. And I can tell you, I was in being a councillor for 4 years, and I have more to show. I can boast that I have more to show as a councillor there for just one term, 4 years. I have more to show than a member of parliament that have been there for 20 years as member of parliament.
wow.
That one, second to none. I can show you roads. I have communities. There was a community. The name of the community was Shit Lane, run by Allside. When I became councillor in 2012, we changed that name from Shit Lane to Silver Street, and we do some work on the road. We put in street lights, and I can tell you the life of the people have changed since. And I can't believe that a simple name could hold down a community like that.
Wow.
And now when you see the quality houses built up in that community, I can tell you, I don't see how comes one person should live in that community and say they are not voting for Paul Patmore. I have so much roads to show.
Yeah, and we're going to get more into this. This is fantastic, especially you using your own resources, because, you know, at the time, as you mentioned, you were a counselor. You are not benefiting from anything from the government and
No.
using your own resources to do that for the people. That's really impressive.
One other thing, as you mentioned, using my own funds, is that you have You have, over the years, you have politicians who have a $100,000 brain, but they want to use that $100,000 brain to spend $40 million. But Paul Patmore have a $40 million brain. So he's able to use $100,000 to do these projects. So it's a completely different thing.
Interesting.
Yes.
That's quite interesting there. So
Yeah.
what inspired you, Paul, to formalize and to become a part of the People's National Party? Because as you mentioned, you were already doing your thing as an independent councillor and making waves in the community and in the constituency.
Yes, I must tell you that I was always a supporter of the People's National Party. I'm a supporter of the People's National Party. It was when Devon McDaniel was leaving the JLP, he approached me and mentioned that he thinks that I would be a very good member of parliament for South Trelawny. He see that I'm not really a party person. I'm not really one of those die-hard party person. I'm a people person. I love Jamaica. I love South Trelawny. So if you put me in a green shirt, it's the same. This Paul Patmore is the same person that you're gonna get. So if I was running for the JLP, this is who you'd get. This same Paul Patmore. Nothing at all can change. The color of the shirt will never change me or define me. You know, I'm this person. So I was asked by the people of South Trelawny around a year or and a half ago to come and represent them on the PNP ticket. I was asked by the people. I think about it, I discuss it with my family, because I was, after doing the parish council, the council, I was kind of scared. I see, you know, I buck up on some people who, where we would say in Jamaica terms, they say, boy, them people are ungrateful. You know, persons who you will help and they want help tomorrow and they want it the other day and they want it the other day. And somebody you will look and give something, and by the time you turn it back, the same person will say they never get nothing out of politics yet. So I was a bit scared, and I tell myself that I just want to walk away from this politics thing. But when people start to reach out to me and say, Mr. Patmore, you can change South Trelawny. And with the present member of parliament that is there now, Miss Marisa Dalrymple, it was an easy decision, because I too want to get rid of Marisa Dalrymple from South Trelawny. I always mention that the worst thing that have ever happened to South Trelawny is Marisa Dalrymple-Philibert. There's no earthquake, no storm that have done the damage that Marisa Dalrymple have done to South Trelawny. And so I too, as a man from Trelawny, born, raised, and do my business, I have to get help to get rid. I cannot leave it up to the people. And then I sit down in my office and complain, say this woman is mashing up the place. They would say, what are you doing, Mr. Patmore, about it? So I decided to send in an application to the South Trelawny executive. And they look at it and they say, yes, they would mind having me. And then they send an application to the party. And the party say, yes, I must send in. At that time, I wasn't a member, because when you run if you run as an independent, now you have to apply to be a member. You cannot go in through a group for the PNP. So I have to apply to the PNP hierarchy now to be a member of the party. And I was accepted, and they agreed that after hearing my calling me for an interview, and they hear how am I gonna fund my campaign, things that I've done in the community, you know, my track record was there. I think it was an easy decision for them also to accept Paul Patmore. So I light my candle and go back home to the People's National Party, and with Mark Golding now as a leader. If you listen how I speak, I'm one of those persons that you're gonna hear 100% patois. I'm one of those persons. You hear the deep rural Trelawny man come out of me, and it's something that I am proud of.
Yes.
When you hear my voice, is the only person that will sound like me. Because I'm not one of those persons who want to sound like a Michael Manley or a Edward Siaga. I just want to be me.
Mhm.
And I'm happy that people in South Trelawny accept me for me and don't tell me to change who I am. All I have to give is Paul Patmore, the person who believes that he will be one of the best representatives that not just South Trelawny, but Jamaica have ever seen. And that's why I'm asking the people of South Trelawny, just give me this one chance. All I ask, one chance. The next time I come to you, I must earn it. So you must see the roads. I must be able to come to you and tell you which water project I've done. Tell you about the street light. I have a solar street light project coming.
Stick up in there before we head to the streetlight project, because the solar streetlight project sounds very interesting. But I wanted to quickly address something that you mentioned regarding Marisa Dalrymple-Philibert as the MP there, because you made quite a strong statement just now in terms of stating that she's the worst thing that could have ever happened to South
Yeah.
Trelawny, and she's been there since
She
2007.
have been there for 20 years.
So why would you say that's a big claim?
I've been in my time. We have passed through a few hurricanes and a few storms. We have a few earthquakes in South Trelawny, and I can tell you, Hurricane Gilbert, Hurricane Ivan, none of these earthquakes have done the damage that the leadership of Marisa Dalrymple have done to South Trelawny. When Marisa Dalrymple came to South Trelawny, we had the Greentown water supply that was supplying water to the Litchfield, Waitabit, Greentown, Woodgrove community. And now she's leaving in a few days, and we have none. Not even the dam exists anymore. Not even the pump exists anymore. Up by Larmas, we have a reservoir up in Larmas. We used to have 4 pipes connected to that reservoir. Now the reservoir is empty, not even 1 pipe connected to that reservoir. The worst set of roads in the island right now is in South Trelawny. The main road from Albert Town to Troy is the worst we have in the entire island. It's the worst piece of road in South Trelawny. When you look on the length of the road, bad. We look on that piece of road from Wire Fence to Warsop. Oh my, I'm embarrassed. I bring my incoming prime minister on that piece of road. And if it was me, I would be embarrassed. The prime minister came into Warsop to cut a ribbon for a 1-bedroom over in the Warsop community. And the MP have to be going around patching the road for the prime minister to come. So she have respect for the prime minister, but no respect for the citizens of Warsop and Rock Spring and those communities who have to drive on that piece of road every single day. Marisa Dalrymple have nothing to show that she have done in South Trelawny. I've been asking on my live recently. I said to my people, show me, we have 4 divisions. Show me only one standpipe. Show me a standpipe that Marisa Dalrymple have put in place since she have been member of parliament. They would have to show me something that Doreen Chin have done. Doreen Chin was here 30 years ago. And they have to show me a standpipe that Doreen Chin put in place. Show me a school that Marisa Dalrymple put in. And they will tell me, yes, she do a heart school. She run in a heart school out by Albert Town. But a heart school is don't really come out of the funds of the member of parliament. And the biggest thing that hits the Albert Town division is that the community center in Albert Town was taken away from the people of Albert Town and turned into a heart school. So the people cannot get the building to use no time at all. So one community center, you take it away. The only community center in an entire division. And she take it away. Paul Patmore is saying, starting the 4th of September this year, we want to take back that community center and hand it over back to the people of Albert Town. and we're still gonna have the heart school, but the heart school gonna run from 8 to around 5, and persons will be able must be able to use that building from 5 to, they say, when maybe up to 9 o'clock. We can have some homework program, we can have some adult training, we can even have set up a little gym at the community center. That's one of my plan, is to set up in all the community centers in South Trelawny, like a wait a bit, one up by wait a bit, Albertown, Clarkstown, and run by Warsop. We want to set up 4 gyms. So like persons who are health conscious, they can go and exercise in the evening or in the morning, whenever they choose. But we cannot have an entire division without a community center. And that's one of the big blunder of our member of parliament.
And I find it interesting though, and this is not to say whether PNP or JLP, but I find it interesting the assertions you made just now, because she at one point was the Speaker of the House, so a powerful position nationally as well. And you're saying that even with her authority and her national acclaim, that none of this has happened?
No, because that's one of the things that I say to the people of South Trelawny. Choose somebody who is passionate about South Trelawny. I want somebody who have even a business. You might don't live in the area, but you must have even a little business in the area. You must even plant a hill of yam in the area. You can't just come in. So these politicians, what they do, they ride on the back of South Trelawny to reach where they want to reach. As soon as they reach that spot, they forget about us until 3 weeks before election. Marisa Dalrymple have been missing for this term. She have been missing in action for 4 years, 11 months, 3 weeks. She have been missing. Just a week before the nomination, she's now back running up and down like a chicken without a head in South Trelawny, asking persons to give me a vote. Says she want one more chance. After they give her 5 chances already, she's still asking for one more chance to complete the mission that she haven't started yet in 20 years. She haven't started it in 20 years. I'm saying to the people of South Trelawny, you do not have a water problem in South Trelawny. You do not have a road problem. The problem that we have in South Trelawny is a representational problem. While Marisa was Speaker of the House, she have never mentioned the word South Trelawny one time. I'm looking for tapes. I never see she stand up. I never hear of she standing up and speaking on behalf of the farmers in South Trelawny. The level of representation that she have given to South Trelawny for the past 20 years is a disgrace.
Wow.
Nothing to show.
Well, you have mentioned, though, you're quite passionate. And we were talking just earlier in terms of the water project that you're doing. And right as I cut you were mentioning that you have a solar streetlight project. Tell us about that.
Yes, we have a solar streetlight. So normally persons would be calling their MP and their council for streetlights, and you hear say, boy, we can't get no streetlight. In 2025, we don't have to sit down and wait on a councillor and an MP to provide streetlights. We're gonna get the communities to form themselves into groups. That's the type of leadership Paul Patmore is coming with. So run by Rock Spring Garden. I want to have the Rock Spring Garden Citizens Association. So that group is gonna manage Spring Garden and Rock Spring. So when you want a street light, that's the group that's gonna sit down, you go to your meeting, you write a letter to the MP and the councillor and say, we want a street light at the bridge down by Spring Garden. And then the member of parliament will respond. Either we have to find the funds. Either we're gonna go out, same like how we can go beg money for campaign and walk up and down and tell people, say, vote for it. And tell people, say, we have big money for buy gas through a car for man drive around and make noise all day. I might call you. You might get a call from the MP from South Trelawny, Paul Patmore, asking you to sponsor a light. So there's nothing at all. Most of these things that persons are waiting on your member of parliament and to do for you, I want to, true leadership, proper leadership, I will push you to do it yourself. And you not even realize that you do it. You're gonna get things done in South Trelawny that you, the people, do it and you not even realize. We're gonna celebrate Labor Day in a special way in South Trelawny, something that we're gonna take serious. We're gonna put away funding as out of my yearly allocation. We're gonna put away funding for people to get material to work on Labor Day. So you can imagine if all 40 odd communities in South Trelawny come out Labor Day and we push and get the road fixed, buy some barber green, send one ton over here, send one ton over there, and get people to come in. The people are gonna help me to run South Trelawny. This is not a Paul Patmore thing. It's a South Trelawny thing. And you have your roots in South Trelawny. You gonna be a part of it. You must be a part of it. You have to play your part.
Of course.
And if all of we come together, I can tell you that South Trelawny is gonna be one of the best places. One I think that we're gonna push is ecotourism in South Trelawny. We have some of the nicest caves.
Literally asking somebody about that recently, because I remember as a little girl, well, I remember like they used to have the cockpit country tours.
Yes.
And especially because, you know, South Trelawny has so many, obviously the cockpit countries
Yes.
there, and I was like,
but I can tell you that is coming back. That is coming. Worry no more. You worry no more, sister. That is coming back. Paul Patmore have a vision for South Trelawny. We're gonna put back South Trelawny on the map. So on the 1st of August, Emancipation Day, we're gonna have a cockpit day done by Freeman's Hall. Cockpit day. So we are looking at we're gonna have a road race. So it's a cockpit road race. It's gonna be one of the first where you're gonna compete for money. So you will be paid to run in that event. So we're gonna put up like $1 million and we share it up for the participants. But we're gonna run from Freeman's Hall, go through Joe Hut, go up to wait a bit, and come back down to Wire Fence, Stettin, and come back around, and we complete the mission in same place where we start down in Freeman's Hall. On that day, we're gonna have a river party going on out by the river. I don't know if you were privileged maybe to go down by the river, down by Freeman's Hall, but it's a beautiful place. And just with a little help, a little support from the Member of Parliament and different teams, we're gonna have a river party going on out by the river. We're gonna put up some tents where they used to have the banana house. Nice little space. So we're gonna invite persons to come and sell what they have. And this one is something that you're not gonna pay to come and sell. You don't have to pay. We're gonna make sure, because I want persons in South Trelawny to know that money is not the most important thing. We want to create families. We want to build relationship in South Trelawny. So money, we lose Yam Festival because we were focusing on the money. We were too busy trying to make too much money off of the Yam Festival. And everybody people start to complain that they are not making enough money. I want to bring in persons and say, let's do this together. This is not about money making. We want to sell South Trelawny. And if we can sell the cockpit in a positive way, persons will be coming in now. Everybody wants to know about South Trelawny. Make me go look what Patmore talk about. Maybe go look what Patmore boasts on. So you're going to see a lot of tourists coming in the year. So a tourists are going to come and he stop a shop and he buy one Jankorum. And say, Lord God, Jankorum. Because people are here about Jankorum. Say Jankorum sell at Trelawny.
Interesting.
They want to know where it come from. We didn't want to know the story. Where it come from.
Interesting.
And when you're looking at the books, we are not seeing nothing about Jankorum.
Interesting. I am curious though, because again, as a little girl, with my mom and my dad, when we lived in Trelawny, in South Trelawny, and I remember my mom, as a matter of fact, when I went back for the funeral the other day, and some of the ladies were saying, I called mom on the phone, and they were talking to her because they were like, you know, man, back in the days, you were the best hairdresser in the area and everything. But I remember when she would go and buy supplies, would always have to go to Manchester, would have to go to Mandeville or Christiana to get certain things. You can't get them in Trelawny. You literally have to go to neighboring parishes. I don't know if anything has changed where that is concerned, because certain basic amenities, like I remember, like there's no even if there's a fire, you have to rely on either
Yes.
family
You know that as you mentioned fire,
or
we were promised, we have groundbreaking 2 times now. 2 times we are groundbreaking for a fire station in Ulster Spring. We were promised a fire station in 2017 and they come and cut ribbon. They said they've signed contract, put up the picture what it's gonna look like. We don't hear nothing about it until by 2020 again, when they have in the election, 2020 election, they come and cut ribbon again. And say they're gonna do it and change the photo. And up to today. But that's why I'm saying to the people of South Trelawny, if they need cut ribbon and they show we say they grant the contract and everything, I want you to send me there to go and ask the question, where is the money for that fire station? Where is the money? So we have some serious questions to ask. So I'm saying to the people of South Trelawny, send your own. Send Paul Patmore to ask these questions. So as I was mentioning about we have some nice caves in the cockpit. We have lizard, we have snakes, we have different things. So I want to introduce home sharing as part of our tourist product, where your grandmother would invite persons from overseas now to come and stay with her down there. So she would do the cooking and then we charge them. So instead that they go down to the all-inclusive to pay $800 per night, we are saying come up to Rock Spring and Spring Garden and you're gonna come and we're gonna give you a room, cook for you, you taste how we real food cook. We're going and in the evening we go to the bar out at the front, there's a go play some domino. You buy one beer. You know, we walk up the road and you see the real dance, one street dance down the road, and you get to enjoy those things. That's what we're gonna sell to the tourists in America and down in Europe. The South Trelawny product gonna be different from what the tourist board is selling, because I believe personally that the tourist board is not trying to doing anything to promote our community as part of the tourists. They are pushing the all-inclusive hotels and those things, because to them maybe that's where they're getting their money. But I can tell them, if they promote ecotourism, where every Jamaican get a piece of the pie, the tourist pie. Don't tell me about now how much million persons come into Jamaica every single year, and we can't have at least 50 persons. You can't show me 50 tourists coming into South Trelawny. But at the same time, we have some of the best caves run by Rock Spring. We have a nice cave around by Rock Spring, Spring Garden. We have a cave down by Cave Valley. We are down by Clarkstone. We have a cave named Believe Cave. That's what I want to sell to the people. Wow. And I will not go. We're gonna go fly out and go and introduce the people to the cockpit. You won't find a Paul Patmore telling no tourists about the all-inclusive hotels. That's not me. That can't help me. That can't help my people in South Trelawny. I don't want to be a part of that product. My product is ecotourism. All we are saying, the little man in the street want a piece of the pie.
And you're definitely quite passionate there, Paul. We're winding down, but I wanted to quickly mention or ask you about that goat project that I see has, because there's a video of you that went viral on the internet. Or
Yes.
Tell me quickly about that.
Yeah, man, we have this goat project. We're targeting young men from age 10 to 17. Young men, we have to get back our young boys to get up out of their bed in the morning. Too much of our young men are sleeping till 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock. We need to get them back to be responsible. So we want to teach them about the goat, about the rabbit. They must have their little pigeon. So they get up and start take care of something. We want to start to teach them how to nurture something. So that's why when they grow up and have their wife, they know how to take care of her and nurture their children, because they learn that love from just taking care of their goat, taking care of their pigeon and their rabbit. So from age 10, we will be providing a goat to a family, a yo goat, and all we ask them for, when you get back the first yo that you get from that kid, give us back, that we can give it to another child. Oh. Yeah, man. So in my first, So that's what we'll be doing. And we have 93 PDs, so we want to make sure we start off with 1 per PD. We're going to start off with 1 per PD. So that's one of the projects. And I really love it. I'm getting a lot of calls from right across Jamaica. I'm going to introduce it to other member of parliaments, whether you're a PNP or JLP member of parliament. We're going to invite them because we import a lot of goat meat in Jamaica. We use up goat meat a lot. We say we want, if we can even cut it down by at least 5%, we can change the life of many persons in our community.
You seem quite confident that you're going to beat Marisa. As you mentioned, she's been there for 20 years. Or tell us, why do you think that despite the many years that Marisa has served or has been in South Trelawny and also her national profile, why you feel that you will beat her?
Yeah, as I must say, she have nothing to show in her 20 years. Nothing to show. She have been the only thing that she have done well and mastered is to be the greatest distributor of scarce benefits and spoils in the entire island. She have mastered that and she did well. And that's one of the things that helped her to win four general election and a by-election. She believed in hands out, but the people realize that if you build a constituency and handout, everything is gonna run down. So now we don't have no water, no road, no street lights, nothing at all, nothing for jobs, nothing at all. The people, we have a wiser set of people now, is most of the persons that could not read. Most of those persons have passed on or can't really come out and vote anymore. Even 2020, when she left here 2020, because she's just coming back 3 days ago, after 2020, she will find that the youth where she did give 2,000 for vote now, assure a mark X outside and say, I want that. So it's a different generation. So that reality, as things start to hit her now, and she too start to realize that this is the end of my journey. I have no doubt that the people at South Trelawny will choose Paul Patmore. You have 2 candidates. You have a Paul Patmore is coming to you for the first time to ask you to give him a chance to represent you as member of parliament. You also have, on the other hand, you have a member of parliament that the JLP asks to come and represent them. So Paul Patmore is here to represent the people. Marisa Dalrymple is trying to win the seat for the JLP. She's representing the JLP, not the people. She was asked to come and try to win the seat because Paul Patmore was so strong, they believe that nobody else could contest Paul Patmore. So they asked her to come. So you have one that is representing the people and one that is representing the JLP. I say to the people, choose wisely. You give somebody 20 chance already. This man, Paul Patmore, is asking, give me my first chance. And if I prove you wrong, vote me out and vote in somebody else. This diety thing is not for me. I don't believe in it. Not one of those things that I believe in. I believe so if a person work, put him back. If he don't work, throw him in, no matter which party. But I want to, as I mentioned, I'm gonna need your help with this one project. It's the eradication of menstrual poverty out of South Trelawny. While on my campaign, when I just started, I noticed a lot of, the need is great. It's something that you women even shy to talk about. And most women do not speak on that topic. When I first started talking on the topic, person said, boy, see the party matter about and a period matter about. Sister, it's a reality that is out there. There's a lot of young ladies that can hardly find food, but they have to find on a monthly basis sanitary napkins. It's a reality. They will say to me, Mr. Patmore, I have $500 to go to school. I have to decide if I'm gonna buy the packer pad or I'm gonna go to school. So they will tell me about how they have to make up something. And I'm saying to those girls, I want to stop that. I want to make sure that if you can reach school. If you can reach school, there will be packs of pad at your school that should be available for any student that cannot afford it. So all you have to do is reach to your guidance counselor or the nurse at your school. It's my intention to put in all my schools sanitary napkins from the primary school to the high school. I just started, I thought it was a high school problem. When the teachers reach out to me and say, Mr. Patmore, we have girls that start in grade 3. You're talking about an 8-year-old. So that one is even more serious, because at age 8, you don't really ready to talk to your daughter about period as yet. But what happened now, she come to school, and when she sees something, you know, she run to the teacher. The teacher underpaid, same way she don't have no money. She frightened too. She have to go in her bag, take fear, go run down at the shop, go grab something and carry come gear. You know, so it's a need, and it's something that Paul Patmore want to make sure that we deal with. It's a project that we want to do as a national project. I want to hand over that project to the wives of the politician. So we're talking about leader Mark Golding's wife, my wife, and all the other wives, because we already have the Women's Association. But this project, I want to get the wives involved, because most of the time they are the ones who really keep us going. They get up, they make sure say we get a cup of tea. They will even wait up for us until we come in. Them are worried if we are come. So we want to show our appreciation. So we still want to get them involved. Most persons will say, why as a man that you are deal with? But because you don't want to talk about it. It's something that I was president at the Christian Rotary Club 2 years ago. That's one of the projects that I wanted to do. And none of the women don't want to touch it.
Really?
Yeah, man, none of the women don't want to touch it. They're scared to talk about it.
Wow.
And after when me start now, some of them I say, Mr. Patmore, you know, I used to have to make up something. I used to have to do this. I used to have to do that. I say, then why you don't talk about it? Why you don't try to help somebody? So when I think that so we collect sanitary napkins now on a weekly basis. We ask persons just to, when you go to a supermarket to pick up yours, just pick up a pack, an extra pack. In your community, I can tell you, there's a child right now that cannot afford. You know the poor people in your community. If they must struggle to buy food, you know that they would be struggling to buy that.
Yes.
I say, just call one of them and wrap it up and say, put that over here. Because you know, say the lady, she can't buy food, but she have three little girl over there, teenagers. So you buy an extra pack and you leave over there. If you don't have that in your community, I beg you, send it to Paul Patmore. We have hundreds of young ladies who is in need right across the island, because persons are reaching out to me, so we can send it to them. So it's a Paul Patmore initiative of eradicating mental poverty out of South Trelawny, but I want to go wider, where we invite all the other MPs to be part of it. I'm looking at getting even a container of sanitary napkins, a 20-foot container, as long as it won't affect our local market. We're going to sit down with them and see if they can supply, and they are willing to supply for the persons that are needy. Because I still don't want to do anything that will affect our industry. So we still have to get them involved. But it's something that I'm really thinking about. And anyway, and you, please, just play your part.
I
They
love
will
that.
appreciate it.
I'll definitely be mobilizing my girlfriends. I really love
Tell them.
what you're doing.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
Yeah.
man. Just start a little thing on your own. You don't have to be part of Paul Patmore or involved. You just need, when it's sanitary, they even like toothpaste, you talk about roll-ons, those hygiene stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, man. Let's take care of the poor in whatsoever way you can. Don't follow what Paul Patmore is doing. Maybe if Paul Patmore can spend 100,000, all you have to spend is 10,000, or all you can spend is $250 to buy one of the cheaper packs. Just do that.
Fantastic. I love that.
Yeah.
Last comment that you want to share as we go. Any lasting comments to the people of South Trelawny and to the people of Jamaica?
Yes, I want to tell them that I really mean well for South Trelawny. I'm trying my best to do it personally. I'm a justice of the peace. I'm one of those persons who, anytime you go out and say something, I try to bring it back to South Trelawny. Give me this one chance to be in charge where I can call, I can direct how your tax money is being spent. So I can tell you that your tax money will not be going in my pocket. I promise you. So I beg you for this one chance. The next chance, I must earn it. So I want to say to the people of South Trelawny, the people of Jamaica, I love you and I want to serve Jamaica. So I beg you for the opportunity. May God bless you, my people. And thank you very much for your platform. Thank you for the interview. I really appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Paul. All the best on the campaign trail.
Thank you. Thank you.